What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Friday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt. To follow me on Twitter, this podcast being brought to you by our friends at OmahaSteaks.com and the Father's Day Spectacular going on right now. You guys can get $30 off for a qualified order with the promo code JUICE at checkout at OmahaSteaks.com. All right, 3-1 yesterday. It could have been, it probably should have been a sweep. Michael Porter Jr. had multiple shots in the fourth quarter. We needed one bucket. Couldn't get it done. He wound up with 14 points, the only bet that we lost on the night. Both full unit plays come in. Denver minus 3.5 in the first quarter, and the under 219.5 came in as well. I never got a number live to bet, so I never bet that. I had the Red Sox over 9, so that kind of helped out with me missing out on the in-game opportunity for that, but kind of a frustration on that because Denver got out to a really fast start, which was the fear, because this series is not going to be competitive in Denver. It'll be different in Miami, and I think game 2 will be different. It won't start off the way that it was as quickly. Miami's got 3 days to really make a lot of adjustments to get their legs, their lungs, and everything else back underneath them, but we talked about it last night on the podcast. Aaron Gordon, matchup nightmare. He hit the over 12.5 points early in the second quarter. He had 12 points in the first quarter. They can't guard him. Michael Porter Jr. had a bunch of open shots. He could have scored 20 easy last night. Brown went off, came in out of the bench. You got Caldwell Pope who's getting to the rim, shooting threes. And Jokic had kind of if you can call it that, an off night. He just passed the basketball, had a triple-double. He was Mr., run the offense through me, point center for Jokic. Murray did Murray things. Yes, Miami will hit more shots in game 2. Yes, Miami will be more competitive in this series. But no, Miami is not winning this series, okay? I will be stunned, barring an injury to a key player, either Jokic or Murray going down. I just don't think Miami's got the weapons. They shot 2 free throws. Now, is that the referees? No. They didn't drive the basketball. Was that being tired after a long series against Boston? Very possible. Let's see what the legs look like in game 2. Let's see if they get more aggressive. But this is a mismatch of talent here, okay? Caleb Martin went back to being Caleb Martin. Strus was Strus again, okay? It's frustration from a Celtics fan perspective for sure, because you watch it. Now, I think Denver would have rolled Boston as well, okay? So I said it a month ago, more than that now, a month and a half ago, that Denver was winning it all and they were beating Boston or whoever else was coming out of the East. It didn't matter. Denver's the best team, the most complete team. It's their season. Last night did nothing to change that opinion that this is Denver's season. So let's see Denver get this done in 6 games or less. We cashed that bet with Denver laying 1.5 games here in this series. Okay, so no Stanley Cup today. The Cup finals begin tomorrow. So all we have is baseball. So I got 3 games and the A's fade to give you guys coming up here on the podcast for a Friday. Remember, we don't do the Don't Bet a parlay anymore. You guys parlay these bets anyway, but I wouldn't be doing that if I were you guys. But we've had a good couple of weeks, a good couple of runs. We're now 40-22 in the NBA. Up 17 units in the NBA after last night. This is one of the better runs I've ever had in the NBA. We've done really, really well. 2-0 last night on the full unit bets, 1-1. Prop bets are now 18-18. We're still down a little bit on that, but nothing significant. Under a half a unit, we're down on the prop bets, but full unit plays, straight bet full unit plays, we're 40-22 now, which is over 64%, which is ridiculously hot this year in the NBA. So let's keep it going. Got a bunch of days between now and game 2, unfortunately, because that's what the NBA likes to do when it comes to the NBA finals. It's all stretched out and it's all for television. So game 1 went pretty much as planned. Let's see what happens in game 2. Before we get the baseball bets out to you, OmahaSteaks.com right now. Go there for Father's Day. Your dad wants to eat well. Every guy likes to eat well. Grilling is a very fun pastime for a lot of dads, including myself. We love to grill. Be outside, the fire, the flames, the sizzle, the food, the taste, everything, right? It's just a rite of passage. We love it. Omaha Steaks has got some tremendous things available right now. 2 of you sent me your receipts on You DM me them on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you guys supporting the podcast. I appreciate you guys writing and giving back. This is how you guys can give back when you go and support the sponsors that keep this podcast alive. I very much appreciate when you guys do that. So if you're winning money, a way to say thank you is to place an order with omahasteaks.com. Promo code JUICE at checkout. Minimum order may be required. See the site for details, but $30 off with the promo code JUICE at omahasteaks.com for this Father's Day. All right, so the Miami Marlins are 9-19 on the run line at home this season. They have 16 one-run wins this season, highest in baseball. Now, we have this bet on the Marlins over 76.5 wins. We're right there. We're doing very well. They look like a team that's going to go 500, win 81 games, and we go over that number. And Sandy Alcantara has been horrible for them. So if he ever figures it out, this Marlins team could be really dangerous and maybe even a playoff team in the National League. But for tonight, man, it's plus money. It's plus 105 on the run line. There's a reason for that. Miami should win, but I don't know about Miami on the run line. So I'm not making this official. It is part of the experiment. I'm 8-5, up 2.25 units so far, blindly betting it. Doesn't matter who the pitchers are. Doesn't matter what the game is looking like, whether or not, wind and whatever. Fading the A's. A's, Marlins tonight. Talk about a stinker of a game in Miami, but run line for the Marlins is an unofficial play if you are following along here with this trend, with this fade for the next, till the middle of June. So 2.5 weeks left of this fade of the Oakland A's. Any game on the run line, bet against them. So Marlins plus 105. Now for the official plays, the Royals are playing the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies aren't good on the road. Okay, they're bad. However, Jordan Lyles is the worst pitcher in baseball so far this season. He's the worst starting pitcher in baseball. His numbers are gross. At home, Jordan Lyles is 0-5 on the year with a 5.68 ERA, giving up 10 home runs. In his last 4 starts at home, Jordan Lyles has lost all 4 on the run line. This is Kauffman Stadium. Now, the Rockies are throwing a guy who's making his first road start. That's why we're getting plus money on this, okay? On the money line, it's plus 109. I would also sprinkle on the run line, okay? Full unit play is to take the Rockies on a fade here of Jordan Lyles. The Rockies have lost 4 straight games, lost them all on the road at the Diamondbacks. They're desperate for a win. They want to break this losing streak. Royals stink at home. Rockies stink on the road, but Jordan Lyles is the worst pitcher in baseball, so we're fading him. The Rockies hopefully have a big day here offensively, and hopefully the kid they're throwing out here with his first road start of the year. Big reason why we're getting some plus money on this is that they're throwing the Anderson kid, so hopefully he doesn't go out there and just throw up all over himself. At home, which is a tough place to play for the Rockies, he's been pretty good. I mean, he's been, surprisingly good in the 3 starts he's had so far for the Rockies. But I get it. You might be like, Matt, the Rockies, they're such a bad team. It's just a straight phase of Jordan Lyles. Anderson is 0-0 with a 1.31 ERA so far. He was acquired from Tampa Bay. He pitched at home against Cincinnati, at home against Miami, and at home against the Mets. 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, and 0 earned runs in 5 2/3 in 5 innings worth of work. Colorado, money line, plus 109 for 1 unit. Second bet, we're going Tampa Bay and Boston. Now, I lean towards the Rays to win this game, okay? Boston won yesterday. It was 2-2 against the Reds. They nearly got swept at home, and they erupted for 6 runs in the 8th inning to get my over bet, which I thought was dead, over 9. That came in, a miracle that it came in, and Boston won 8-2. So here we are now with Tampa Bay only laying minus 120 on the money line. Probably a decent play if you want to go with a money line and not a total. But these are the top 2 offenses and top 2 over teams in baseball going up against each other. These 2 teams combined to the over this year, 77, 42, and 5, Boston and Tampa Bay. Boston is 28-1 to the over at home. Tampa Bay is 13-11-2 on the road to the over. And we're getting an opportunity here to see a pitcher in Tyler Glasnow, we don't know what he is yet. Okay, Glasnow pitched okay in his first start coming off of the IL so far this season. Went 4 1/3, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 8 Ks, and a 6-5 loss to the Dodgers. So it's not like he was outstanding, but he also wasn't horrible. The Red Sox at home, but Tampa can score as well at Fenway Park. Garrett Whitlock's been very good, okay? And this is one reason why the total is only 9 here, because Whitlock has been so good. 5 innings last start, only 1 earned run on the road at Arizona. But the start before that, on the road against Milwaukee, he gave up 5 earned in 4 innings pitched against the LA Angels. 2-1 win, 7 innings, 1 earned run. But the time before that, 5 earned runs against these Tampa Bay Rays. So he's gone bad, good, bad, good. If we hold to the pattern, he'll be bad. Over 9, Tampa Bay and Boston, minus 120, 1.2 units down on that. And finally, it's Ohtani Day. Angels up against the Astros. Huge game in the American League West. Ohtani has been just stupid good pitching this year, but he's up against Framber Valdez, who's been awesome this year. This has underwritten all over it. Ohtani is 5-1 with a 2.91 ERA. Framber is 5-4 with a 2.38 earned run average at home. He hasn't been as good as you would have liked to see him be at home, but still a 2.45 ERA. He's only 1-4. Ohtani's 2-0 on the road this year pitching. Framber's 1-4, but opposing batting average of 253, only 12 earned runs in 44 innings worth of work so far. It's been pretty good. If you look at just the way he's pitched recently here against Oakland, he gave up 1 earned run. Time before that, gave up 0. At home against the Cubs, he gave up 4 earned runs. Against these Angels, back on the road, back on the 9th of May, 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. So he's already seen the Angels, already shut them down once. The total is 8 here in this game. It feels too high, to be quite honest, for this. With Shohei on the mound and the way that he has performed and the way he has pitched so far this season, he's given up 1, 5, 3, and 4. He gave up 3 earned runs in 7 innings in the 3-1 loss to the Astros, but that game obviously went under. Last game against the Marlins was a bit of a fluky thing because the bullpen gave it up. He only gave up 1 earned run. The Marlins scored 8 runs, all off the bullpen, because he came out after 6 innings because he had thrown 109 pitches. So hopefully he's a little bit more efficient here on the road. But against Baltimore, his last road start, he wasn't very good. 7 innings, 5 earned runs against Baltimore. St. Louis, 4 earned runs his last start before that. So you're going to figure he's going to want to get back to pitching really well like he did against the Red Sox in the start before that on the road, where he came in and only pitched 2 innings in that game, I guess. 2 innings, 1 earned run for him. So Ohtani on the road has a 3.81 ERA. He may lose the game, but I'm going to take an under 8 bet, potentially on a push for this, but under 8 minus 115 for the Angels and the Astros here tonight with Ohtani pitching for the Angels. I do lean towards plus money on the Angels. So if you want to bet Tampa Bay money line, I like that. You want to bet Angels money line at plus money, I like that. But the official plays, and if you want to bet the Marlins on the run line, you can do that at plus money as well. So those are 3 plus money bets. If you want to make them, you can do so. I'm not. The official plays, we're going with the Colorado Rockies on the money line at plus 109. We're going with the over 9 runs, Tampa Bay and Boston, and minus 120. The under 8 for the Astros and the Angels at minus 115. All baseball, probably all hockey coming tomorrow for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast, being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.